For so many of us, the majority of our workday is spent at a desk. If you can pause, join me in this short 2-minute stretch. Start with neck rolls. You'll want to make a U shape, ear to shoulder, then forward, ear to the other shoulder. You'll want to avoid full extension of your neck. This adds unnecessary load on the articular processes of the cervical spine located in the back and can actually contribute to more neck pain for some. Next, I'm moving on to shoulder rolls. Focus on making large, exaggerated full circles, scooping as far up, back, down, and as forward as you can. And then making sure to switch sides to get an even number in both directions. You'll really feel motion all the way from the front of your chest to the back where your shoulder blades are, and even down into your lower back. Speaking of lower back, it's all connected. If you're working on your upper back, you also want to stretch out above and below. We worked on our heads a bit. Let's work on our lower back too. Stretch down. Try to touch your toes if you can. Get a good stretch in your hamstrings, your lower back. Stand here as long as you have time for. And then a nice upward counter stretch. Reach to the sky. And thank yourself for allowing this 2-minute break. If you're lucky enough to have a little bit of extra time, let me show you a 5-minute stretch. Again, you should be able to make this kind of time in your workday. It's really quite valuable. Short little stretches like this can really make a big difference at the end of the day when you work at the computer for as long as many of us do. Again, I'd start with some neck rolls. I won't do them as long here since we already did it in the last little section. But let me show you my favorite shoulder rolls. Now this one makes the full shoulder motion, thumbs facing up the entire time. But here you really feel the twist, almost full body, down into the hips. It includes your upper back, your shoulder blades. I happen to have my room set up so that all my favorite pictures are behind me, so it's a nice little pleasant stretch where I also see my babies, and it makes me smile every time. And honestly, just feels good. So here I chose to do 5 on each side. Next, we're going to do a full body stretch, pointing up towards the sky, a little bit of extension in the spine, then dive down towards the toes. If you can, touch the ground, touch your toes. If not, you can rest your hands on your thighs or your shins. Just feel that stretch on your hamstrings. I'll often shake out one knee, then the other, and give each one time to stretch, and then I pull up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, into a full standing position again, reaching towards the sky. Next, I'm going to go back down to the ground. This hamstring stretch will feel a little warmed up now. Maybe you can get down a little lower. And then stretch again, back up to the sky. Just take your time with these, nice and slow. Stretch back down to your toes and walk your hands out into our first downward dog. Downward facing dog is a nice full extension of the upper part of your body. You're flexed at the hips and really grounding your feet. I'll often lift up into my toes. Putting weight down through your shoulders really awakens those upper back muscles in a different position than they're used to, and adds some strength and stability around your neck and shoulder joints. Again, the goal here is to prevent upper back and neck pain. I'm going to walk my hands back into that hamstring stretch, down towards the toes, reaching a point of comfort so that I'm not hurting myself, and then back up. I'm going to get down on all fours and start with some cat-cows. When you round out your back, you really want to press down with your arms. Press as if you're pushing the mat away. And take a big deep breath in. And then when you curve your spine down, belly towards the ground, you want to breathe out. You'll feel your shoulder blades moving up and down your spine. You're really getting a good stretch here. And if you can think of it, tighten that core while you're making those motions. Next, I'm going to do a full body twist by threading my left hand under my right armpit down through until my shoulder touches. You can lay there as long as you have. Then switch, thread my right hand under my left armpit until my shoulder touches the ground, and twist. If you can pause and take 2 deep breaths on each side, that really will offer a great stretch. I'm going to stand back up, back into downward dog. By now, the body is fully warmed up. It feels great. Reach up towards the sky. Thank myself for making the time, and I'm thanking you for making the time with me and taking care of yourself.